Some people don't argue, they don't explain, they don't come back, they just disappear. No final blow-up, no slam door, only a slow, quiet withdrawal, like a tide going out and never returning. You've met them. Maybe you are one. People call them cold, heartless, hard to love. But the truth is almost always the opposite of that. And tonight, I want to show you what's really happening underneath, because once you understand it, you'll never see a person's silence the same way again. Let's start with the thing everyone gets wrong. People who cut others off completely are rarely acting out of cruelty. They're acting out of exhaustion. For most of their lives, they were the understanding one. The one who forgave the same behavior again and again. The one who explained their hurt calmly and then watched nothing change. And slowly, they learned something painful. They learned that their words don't move people. That asking to be treated better just seems to invite another round of the same disappointment. And when a person stops believing that speaking up will change anything, they stop speaking up. They go quiet. And then eventually, they go. So understand this. For them, cutting someone off isn't the first option. It's the last one. It arrives only after 100 unspoken second chances you never even knew they were giving you. By the time they leave, they've usually already begged, in their own quiet way, to be given a reason to stay. There's a name for the moment it finally happens. Psychologists sometimes call it the silent exit, when a person has already grieved the relationship long before they actually leave it. They mourned it while they were still standing in front of you. So by the time they walk away, they're not angry anymore. They're just done. And done is much quieter than anger. That's why it feels so sudden to everyone else. Because they missed the months of silent grieving that came first. You don't hear the door close. You just look up one day and the room is empty. Now, this trait has two faces, and I want to be honest about both, because the truth is rarely all on one side. On one side, cutting people off is a form of self-protection that genuinely saves people. Someone raised in chaos or betrayed again and again learns to guard their peace by removing what keeps wounding them. For them, the ability to walk away isn't coldness, it's survival. Sometimes it's the very first time in their life they ever chose themselves over someone else's comfort. And that is not something to be ashamed of. If you've ever had to do that, you already know it can feel less like strength and more like grief. But there is another side, and it deserves the same honesty. When cutting people off becomes the only tool you own, it can quietly close your whole world. Because no real relationship survives without repair. Every close bond will at some point disappoint you. That's not a sign it's broken, it's a sign it's real. And if your only response to disappointment is to disappear, then slowly, one by one, you run out of people. Not because they were all bad, but because you never learned the messy middle, the part where two flawed people stay and stumble and work it out. So the healthiest version of this isn't cutting everyone off, and it isn't tolerating everything either. It's learning the difference between a person who keeps hurting you and a person who simply hurt you once. One of those has shown you a pattern. The other just had a bad moment, like you've had bad moments. One of them deserves a door that closes gently. The other deserves a conversation. And here is the quiet question underneath all of it. Before the next time you disappear, ask yourself, honestly, did I ever actually tell them what I needed? Not hint at it. Not hope they'd notice. Tell them, plainly, once. Because some people will still fail you even after you've said it clearly. And then you can leave with a clear conscience, knowing you gave them the chance. But some people were simply never told. They were guessing. And you might be closing a door that never needed to close. And if you're on the other side of this, If someone has gone quiet on you, pulled away, and you don't understand why, I want to say something gently. The silence was the message. The withdrawal didn't begin the day they left. It began in all the small moments before it, the times they reached for you and felt unheard, the things they tried to say that landed nowhere, the quiet hope they kept handing you that you didn't know you were holding. That doesn't make you a villain. Most of the time, the people who get left this way aren't cruel either. They were just busy or distracted, or never taught how to notice when someone is slowly drowning right beside them. But it's worth letting it teach you something while there's still time, because the people still in your life are right now giving you the same small signals. The text that goes a little flatter, the friend who stopped reaching out first, the quiet ones who used to talk more. People who cut everyone off are not people who feel too little. They are, almost always, people who felt too much for too long, with far too little in return. They didn't run out of love. They ran out of the belief that their love would ever be met. So if you recognize yourself as the one who leaves, you're not broken. You learned to protect a heart that got tired of being the only one trying. Just don't let the wall you built to survive become the ceiling you live under. Let the right people close enough to surprise you. And if you're the one who's been left, you may not be able to bring them back. Some doors really are closed for good, and you have to learn to make peace with that. But you can let it change how you hold the ones who are still here, while they're still here. Because in the end, almost everyone is just waiting for the same quiet thing. To be seen, to be heard, to feel like staying was worth it. Don't make them wait until they're already gone. Take care of your mind. This was Inners. I'll see you in the next one.